Hello. Possible, maybe 8th grade remote students watching. There's 0 of you right now. That's okay. I expected that. We're in 3rd hour. I guess I could say hello, 3rd hour. It's a small group now. Possibly because some of you are at home that are watching this used to be in here, but okay, you know what's up. So here we go. We are on chapter 6, section 1. I will remind you at home and you in here that these are, of course, due the day of the test. And they've got to be complete sentences. So on page 1, 2 through 6 have to be complete sentences. And the essay needs to be at least 3 full sentences. If you don't have all that done on all 3 of the sheets, you get a 0. I mean, there's no possible way that we don't just know that by now. It's just people are choosing not to do it, which is not recommended by me, but also that's what you want. That's what you want. So here we go. Number 2 on section 1. Name 3 countries that new immigrants came from. Bree. Greece, Poland, Russia, Italy. Yeah, go ahead. Hungary, what'd you say? Sweden, Turkey, Japan, China. We just named what, 9? I don't know. I didn't count. You need 3 of those. Those are all right. Number 3, what were 2 reasons immigrants came to America? Bree, name 1. They wanted more land, sure. Haley, they were persecuted in their homelands for racist or religious reasons. Yeah. Jobs, Bree. Economic trouble. Overcrowding. All those are perfectly good answers. I would say famine and starvation would be one I would throw on the pile. And you only need 2. We're up to 2 viewers. I don't want to brag. Hi, 2 people. 4, what are 2 problems members of the nativist movement have with immigrants at the time? John, name 1. They had unfamiliar cultures and made people feel weird, which is not, necessarily a fair problem, but it was a problem they had. Bree, they were taking jobs, or so they claimed. Savannah, say it again. Take down wages. Yes. Didn't speak English. They said they were, again, these are not necessarily true problems, but this is what the nativists felt. Yeah. 5, 2 acts that were passed that attempted to restrict immigration. Bree, name 1. Chinese Exclusion Act. Savannah. Immigration Act of 1917. 6, what were 3 challenges at least that new immigrants to America faced? This is, a lot of this could just be common sense. Haley. Huh? Yeah, they didn't have education. And, going to a new school where you don't speak the primary language is difficult. But yes. John, go ahead. Low pay at their jobs. Yeah, Bree. Finding a job, for sure. Okay. Yes. Didn't have places to live. Yes. Unfair laws like the Chinese Exclusion Act. They're like, hey, if you're Chinese, this law only applies to you. Bree. Couldn't get enough land if they were farmers. All those are true. Plus many, many, many more that you can imagine. We just talked about the nativists hated them. That's a problem. So there we go. That's section 1. Essays, I'll be happy to check in breakfast or lunch. Or you can, people at home can message me your essays and I can tell you. I haven't written the online test, so I don't know which one we've chosen yet, but we'll do that early next week. 6.2. Number 2. 2 improvements to transportation in cities at this time. Bree, name 1. Streetcars. Haley. Subways. The train stations, not the subway, not the sandwich shop. Yeah. Cable car lines. Bridges. That helps. Samuel was going to say that. I stole it. Sorry. Okay. Number 3. 2 problems produced by the rapid growth of cities. Bree. Diseases from, garbage. Garbage in the streets, diseases caused by filth. Anything else? Haley? Poop. Yeah. This is your one chance when we play the review game to raise your hand, and when I call on you and you're like, you don't know, you go, crap, you might be right. Overcrowding, low wage. I mean, there's you need 2 on the test, obviously, but there are a bunch. Number 4, what were some solutions to these problems that people came up with? Bree, name one. Hold on. So like settlement houses, places where people could go to get charity. Sure. Anything else somebody's got to add? Haley? Huh? Orphanages. Go ahead. Settlement houses? Hospitals? Skyscrapers. Because the city stopped growing out, they could grow up and you could have more space. I mean, really, it could really be just common sense answers like they cleaned up the poop. I mean, that's really seriously an answer. As sad as it is that it took like a, effort to realize like, hey, maybe we should not let human feces be in the streets. But anyway, it did. Number 5, why is this era sometimes called the Gilded Age? Bree. Not necessarily. A lot of people cared, especially if you were ones that were getting $1 a day and starving. Braden. Yeah. People, okay, so yeah. Gilded means a thin layer of gold on top of something worthless. And that's what people were saying this era was, that the society was miles and miles of poverty and starvation and overcrowding and low-paying jobs with that thin layer with Rockefeller and Carnegie and those guys on top. Do you think it's a fair name for it or why? That's up to you. I mean, I would say I agree with that, but you can give your own reasons why or why not, and that's fine. Chapter 6, Section 3. I'm going to give you a tip. Free of charge. On number 2, sports and music are very common wrong answers. Sports and music have been around for thousands of years. Okay? Now, there are types of sports, types of music that are acceptable answers. But just saying sports, I mean, the Greeks had the first Olympics like a squillion years ago, which, it's exaggeration. Also not a real number. But yeah, Bree, go ahead. Baseball specifically came around during this time for sure. Bree. Savannah. Football's right. Jazz is right. Bicycling. I mean, there's a bunch. Spectator sports. Sports have been around forever, but like paying money to go watch them, that was new. Number 3, I mean, when a lot of people, and it's easy to understand why when people say artist, they think of like painter, sculptor, like, Picasso or whatever. But an artist can be a writer or a musician just as easily as it can be a painter. But there are also painters listed in this one too. So any 2 artists. Reed's going to name one. Dunbar, yes. John Philip Sousa. Bree. I can't hear her. I don't know. I can't understand what you're saying. Oh, Edith Wharton. Yeah, she'd qualify. Mark Twain, probably the most famous American writer ever, is in this section. Stephen Crane, Twain and Crane rhyme. That's what I would put if it were me. I would just put Twain and Crane. What were the 2 main trends in literature at this time? Bree. Realism. Savannah. Regionalism. Why do you think they became popular? Again, that's up to you. I did mention it yesterday. A lot of people just like to know what other people's lives are like. That's what I would put there, but it doesn't have to be that. Okay, number 5, 2 famous newspapers of that time and their editors. You need to be able to match them. Savannah, name one. That's a headline. I'm looking for editors, meaning the person in charge of the newspaper and the name of the newspaper. Samuel. Pulitzer owned the World, and you could just put World. Who's the other one? Haley. So yes, Pulitzer, World, Hearst, Journal. And again, you could just put World and you could just put Journal. Because that's what they were called. Their technical names are longer. But yeah, yes. The world was Pulitzer, Pulitzer. I'm not going to lie. I got a little confused at the end of that word. I'm pretty sure I spelled it right. Pulitzer. Yeah. Okay. Pulitzer, World, Hearst, Journal. Number 6. How did yellow journalism attract readers to newspapers? Savannah. Yeah, they stretched the truth or only focused on the most dramatic or sensational parts to get people to buy their papers. Do you think that's a good thing or a bad thing, and why? Again, that's up to you. I think most people would say that's not necessarily a good thing because you're stretching the truth and you're supposed to be telling the truth. But also, there's some people that could say, well, it could be good because it gives you your newspaper more money. You can pay your journalists more to tell the truth more. So that's just going to be your opinion. So that's all 3 study guides. Both of you watching at home, thanks for tuning in. Those of you that are watching later, thanks for tuning in also. If you've got questions, you know how to send me messages. I know you do because like 7 of you already done it today. But feel free to email me or remind message me or Google Classroom message me with any questions you got on the test. Test Wednesday. All your study guides need to be in by then. Those of you at home need to bring in your notebooks today, which is Thursday the 10th, tomorrow, which is Friday the 11th, or Tuesday the 15th in the old gym at the times that you know. Talk to you later. Bye. Now, I said now before.